We will be intensifying our measures to detect and seize anything, whether it's narcotics, illicit goods, even stolen vehicles. We therefore want to warn all travelers to desist from committing any act of criminality around any port of entry or even at the border law enforcement area. That becomes very much critical because with the kind of technology we will then be enhancing its presence, we will definitely be able to detect individuals and ultimately get them arrested. During the exit leg in particular, the corridor becomes very much central in as far as its full monitoring as well as ensuring effective traffic flow towards the port of entry. And for that, the Road Traffic Management Corporation will be providing leadership, working together with the Cross-Border Road Transport Agency. And of course, they will be working closely with the provincial traffic authorities as well as the local traffic authorities to make sure that there is no chaos en route to the port on the corridors. We do know the problematic corridors. N1 to Bedbridge, very problematic. N4 to Libombo, very problematic. And on that basis, we have to then be putting more effort in those particular corridors to make sure that everything is done accordingly. Now, to ensure the effective processing of all travelers within the port, we would like to re-emphasize the key requirements that must be observed by respective travelers in terms of various areas of specialization. This is very much important. If you are going to be traveling, it is always important to note that these are the requirements. It becomes very much difficult when we have people stuck at the port and ultimately having to try and get things done not in accordance with the law. Unfortunately, no compliance, it means no entry. And that is the reality. And that is also inclusive even in terms of exit. Now, let's start with the requirements regarding port health issues. We want to start here by indicating that people who are going to be inbound into South Africa, our port health teams would like to remind them that they will be screened on their arrival at the port of entry. This is meant to avoid any witting or unwitting importation of any communicable or infectious disease into the country. And this is critical when we go to the return leg, which is going to be implemented from January. Further, we would like to also urge all travelers presenting signs of illness to present themselves to the BMA Port Health team members on arrival. However, should they experience being unwell after their travel and they encounter some kind of signals of some kind of a sickness, they need to visit their nearest health facility or consult their own private doctors for medical examination. Very much critical. As for travelers arriving from yellow fever endemic countries, they will be required to present a valid yellow fever vaccination certificate. Otherwise, failure to produce such certificate will result in a traveler being refused entry into the country by the BMA Port Health team members. In terms of the exportation and the importation of human remains through the port of entry, people are required to present a cross-border permit issued by the National Department of Health that will actually authorize the mortal remain to enter the jurisdiction or even to exit. Therefore, no human remain will be imported or exported without such permit issued by the relevant authorities. And of course, upon arrival at the port, permit must be presented to the port health team member for the full inspection and ultimately the further processing as required.